So I done my article on religion. My article was about an Indian lady who had got a job at Old Navy, and she stated that the normal process for new people they would be stuck in the dressing room to keep up with it until a certain amount of time passed. Then they would get an opportunity to try to train for another position so they wouldn't be stuck in the same entry-level position. This Indian lady, of course, wore the headscarf, and she said after the set amount of time, she still wasn't allowed to go train a different position. They still kept her in the back in the dressing room. So she asked management about it, and they denied her an opportunity to train for another position, and she knew it was because of how she looked. She ended up moving back where she came from. I think it said Ohio, and she was guaranteed a transfer. Once she got to Ohio, they would not accept her into the store, and she ended up suing this company because of how they treated her. Now, from a management perspective, and I guess the reason I done religion is because I've had to deal with this myself in my management position. More so religion than race. The law states that you're supposed to reasonably accommodate religious, beliefs, whether it be Muslims needing to pray at a certain time during the day or me needing off a Sunday. As long as it's a reasonable accommodation and doesn't affect the business itself, then you're supposed to, by the law, accommodate religion. So, in my opinion, she had every right to sue. It's wrong to treat somebody like that just because of what they look like. Management obviously made a very poor decision because I'm sure they ended up losing a lot of money and a lot of respect too. Management should have reasonably accommodated her, treated her like everybody else. I don't know what Old Navy's rules are if you have to dress a certain way. Since it is a fashion store, I'm not sure about that. If that's the case, then they might have stood a chance if there's a certain dress code, but I don't know that there is. And I think they were just afraid of losing business. But I've experienced this a lot where I work. It's just really important. I don't think a lot of people realize what the law states about. I've had problems myself with I go to church every time the door's open. And I have had problems myself with getting off Sundays or Wednesday nights or whatever when there was somebody else that might have gotten the day off that didn't even care if they had it. That's not reasonable accommodation. I think it's really important to respect any religion in whatever they believe, as long as, like I said, it doesn't affect the business. I think it's really important because it's like a you respect me, I respect you kind of relationship. Everybody has their own set of beliefs, whether you're religious or not, whether it has to do with race, whatever it has to do with. You expect people to respect whatever you believe. Show that same respect towards other people, as long as it's within reason. I will post the article so you can read more on it, but it continually blows my mind that people still try to not respect somebody because they have a headscarf or because, whatever silliness it might be. That wouldn't have put the company out any. Put it this way, they lost more money, I'm sure, getting sued, having to pay off this lawsuit, than they would have if they would have you know, lost business because somebody's scared of a headscarf. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to post the article so you can read in more detail about this, but reasonable accommodation, it's important.